Once, in a peaceful village nestled beneath the hills, there was an elderly woman known by everyone for her endless warmth and positivity. With her silver hair, wrinkles of wisdom, and bright, kind eyes, she had a way of making everyone around her feel loved and cared for. Despite living alone in a small, simple house by the grand banyan tree, she was always cheerful. Her husband had passed away years ago, and she had no children. Yet she never complained. People would visit her, sit under the tree, and share their troubles. And no matter how difficult life seemed, she always greeted them with a smile. The village had its share of hardships. Sometimes the crops would fail, and other times people would fall ill, unable to work. Despite all of this, many villagers felt overwhelmed by fear and worry. But not the old lady. She always spoke of hope, of seeing the silver lining even when times were tough. One day, a young woman named Radha came to her. Her face was streaked with tears, and her heart was heavy with worry. "I don't know what to do," Radha sobbed. "My husband left for the city to find work, but he hasn't sent any money. My children are hungry, and I don't know how to manage." The old woman listened carefully, her smile never fading. "Sit down, my child," she said softly. "Tell me, what do you think will happen?" Radha's voice trembled as she spoke. "I feel like things will only get worse. What if my husband can't find work? What if he forgets about us?" The old woman nodded gently and replied, "When we think of all the bad things that could happen, our hearts feel heavy. But when we focus on good thoughts, even in tough times, we feel lighter. Sometimes, good things start to happen." Radha looked confused. "But how can I think good thoughts when everything seems so wrong?" The old lady smiled kindly. "Let me tell you a story," she began. "Once there was a poor man who had nothing. No food, no money, no family. He sat by a river, crying. An old woman came to him and asked, 'Why are you crying, my child?' The man replied, 'I have nothing. How can I ever be happy?' The old woman said, 'But you have the river, the trees, and the sun. Look around you. There's beauty and life all around you. If you only focus on what you don't have, you'll always be sad. But if you notice what you do have, you will find peace.'" The man stopped crying. Slowly, he began to see the beauty around him. And from that moment, his life changed. The old lady turned to Radha and said, "You see, dear, the man's life didn't change because of magic. It changed because he chose to think differently. Positive thoughts make our hearts lighter. And when we feel lighter, we can face challenges with courage." Radha thought deeply. "Will my thoughts really change my life?" she asked. "Yes," the old lady replied gently. "Each morning when you wake up, tell yourself, 'Today will be a good day.' You will find strength to work, care for your children, and wait for your husband with hope. But if you let yourself worry about all that might go wrong, you will only feel sad and weak." Radha nodded slowly. "I understand. I will try to think good thoughts from now on." The next morning, Radha woke up with a renewed spirit. "Today will be a good day," she whispered to herself. Each day, she worked hard, took care of her children, and prayed for her husband's return. Her heart felt lighter, and she began to believe that things could improve. Weeks later, Radha received a letter from her husband. He had found a job in the city and sent money home. Radha was filled with joy and ran to share the news with the old lady. The old lady smiled and said, "See, my dear, when you think positive, you invite good things into your life. Life may still bring problems, but with hope and positivity, we can face them with courage." Soon, Word of the old lady's wisdom spread throughout the village. Many people came to her with their worries, and she shared the same advice with all of them. Think good thoughts, and good things will come. The villagers began to understand the power of positive thinking. They faced their challenges with hope, and slowly, their lives started to change for the better. The old lady had taught them that no matter how difficult life might seem, it is our thoughts that shape our reality.